might have.
They'd have a lot.
Probably 50 to a couple 100,000, I think. You know,
even more than that.
Like if you put, if you started with 1,000, put $50
in a month. I guess if you're saying from like your age now,
so
is that what you're saying? Not by the time they retire, because by the time they retire, they would have around like $2 million.
Yeah. So like if they started now as a teenager and were my age, how much would they have? And that would might make a world of difference. But would they have the ability to not spend that money? And that's the biggest thing that you can't teach. I could give them all these clues and tips on budgeting and everything like that I have found, but unless you make that a lifestyle change, then it won't really matter. And we see kids walk into the Maverick all the time, and they just buy little things. That's gotta add up. It's just like, where do they get that money?
So I put on these 2 rings, the clock moves, and then this. So you have this new thing that's happening right now. Because if you just beat Richter like you did, you would have assumed, oh, that's just the end of the game and that's it. Not so, sir! So now this opens.
A pit of despair. The pit of despair.
So that's good little goodies there. And then I go here. I don't know if there's anything over here. Oh, a save. That's good. So I save it here.
20-sided die. Ooh. Just to let all you Arby's fans know that for a limited time they were selling D&D dice, Arby's labeled.
Well, that would have been fun.
$12.
I don't know if I would have spent $12 though.
I
would love to actually get into like a D&D group. I just can't find anyone to do it.
It would be kind of cool, but I mean,
you would be a good DM.
It also,
you'd be a very good dungeon master.
I feel like it'd take a lot of time.
Oh, for sure. Like, because if you did it the right way, you'd have to learn. Like, you literally need the book. You need to learn it. You don't have to follow it precisely, but you need to do it in a way that like is fun still. Yeah. All right, so Maria, this is a person that we've been talking to this whole time.
Oh yeah.
So she's been trying to find Richter, and because Richter, the Belmonts have been known to be the ones who defeat Dracula, and so Maria is explaining, no, that can't be true. He has to be under a spell. So that's what this conversation is doing.
Show me that you will.
And so.
Whoa.
Whoa,
is she attacking you?
Oh, I guess. I don't remember this being a fight.
Why is she sending you, like, little baby tigers?
For funsies.
Like kittens. Like little...
And dragons.
It's like, did you talk to, Siegfried and Roy?
I guess. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, so she obviously... Is this a different ending? Maybe this is a different ending. I don't remember having to fight Maria. Oh my goodness. This is not... I don't know that this is a hard fight. It's just an annoying fight.
Yeah.
Stop sending out bunnies!
You got bunnies and owls and Siegfried and Roy white tiger kitten. Somebody called PETA on her.
Oh my gosh.
And she's the girl on fire. Wow, she's got it all.
This girl is on fire. Know what's really disappointing? This is a PlayStation 4. This is a PS1 game. Why are there so many, like, issues? Like, it constantly... Oh my gosh, that's not good.
Wow. She just, like, bouncy balled you.
Why is there so many, like, parts where it, like, can't handle it? Like, that should not be.
They wanted to make it as authentic to the original PS1 game.
I guess.
Well, that's a litany of,
Yeah, she is not messing around now. She is pissed. Oh my gosh! It's almost as like you know what I'm doing before I do it! Now it's 3 dragons, then it's the kitten.
Puff the magic dragon.
Oh my gosh.
He's eating you by the sea. He's frolicking in your face today.
Oh, that's good. Okay. You're stronger than I am. You can save Richter. Okay, so it's just a test. That's good.
That's a weird test.
That's a stupid test, Maria. You should have thought this through. I could have killed you. I'm literally the son of Dracula. If I wanted to, I could drink your blood.
Holy glasses. Why isn't that a move then?
Holy glasses?
No, drinking blood.
Oh, I
This is
don't.
like-
Because he doesn't want to do that.
But it would be a cool move.
It would be a cool move, but it would go against his code. It's the reason why Batman doesn't kill people. Same idea. He doesn't want to be.
People.
He does not kill people. He maybe puts them in the hospital for the rest of their lives. That is true. He does not kill people. He lets people die. That is not the same.
Sure.
It's absolutely not the same. It is a what is the word? Moral gray area.
Your face is a moral gray area.
Facts. I have never such denied that never a truer statement has been said. But yeah, so now we're off and we got this item, the holy glasses, and so obviously we're gonna go fight Richter again, and we're gonna put those holy glasses on.
Oh.
And we're gonna see what happens because of these holy glasses. And you're gonna be like,
You're gonna be able to fight the demon that's controlling you.
we're gonna see. We're gonna oops the doopsie see. What am I
Oopsie
going?
doopsie.
Oops the poodle.
Yummy.
Oops the doopsie. Okay. You only do 1 health. You literally explode now if I hit you. That's how uninterested I am in you, sir. Just go away.
Go away. Just fly through the whole game.
I wonder if... Oh, it was 11. That's terrible. Alright. See, I'm already hitting them so hard they just explode too. 1 hit. I'm getting back to Alucard-ness. I'm kind of going the long way. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we have... So I have... Our schedule is based completely on standards. So, like, I have... You know... I'm going to teach 1 more standard. Maybe have a quiz to, you know, put as another standard in Grey Book. So there's 5. But that's it. And then I'm done for the rest of the year. And I will have about a week and a half of like what normally would have been teaching time. And then the last week I've been told do not prepare anything on that week. So it's like, okay. So I don't even think... Someone asked if we take attendance that week, and the principal was like, don't ask. It's like, okay. Sounds good.
Wow. American education system staying strong.
I really like my principal, but it's like, I guess that's obviously a very funny thing to hear a principal say, for sure.
I mean, I just, you know, not necessarily that. I'm just thinking in general as a whole. I mean, you know, there's so much downtime. But at the same time, you know, we also do a lot of forced learning.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is, like, because, like, I've started using this new book that we're going to use is going to be all about discussion. It's going to be about discovering the aspects and all that stuff. So it's like, I've started kind of beginning that process with my kids so that they understand what's coming next year. And, you know, I like it. It is better. It is better in every sense of the word. But the beginning is going to be hard because kids are not, they're not used to it. And so it's going to be hard for kids to like adjust for sure. It's going to be very, very, very difficult for them, I feel, which is fine. That's not even really a big deal, honestly. They could do with some more difficulty in their life. As far as like the rigor of education. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been contemplating life a lot. There's a lot of good things that's come about it, like getting out from habits like buying Pokemon cards that really don't serve me as much as I thought they would, and then hopefully building more wealth for my family. And it's not about like even necessarily building wealth because of wealth. It's just, it would be nice to have, the more wealth you have, in the right way, the more giving you can be with it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the more peace you can have. If you don't, because like if I build wealth and then I use it to get in more debt, then I haven't given myself peace. But if I build wealth and then I pay off my house, for example, and I still stay here in Kearns, and I am responsible with my wealth and then give it to a bunch of people that need it or want it, or whatever things I determine are useful for my money to be put towards, then I can really start affecting good and doing good that I want to be doing. And it's like, so that's kind of the path I'm on right now. And I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a particularly patient person, because it's like I want to get going, I want to like try, I want to do this stuff, and I want to not, my biggest goal, because even if my kids like had to pay for college, because I had to pay for all my college, that's not going to be the end of the world if that's what they have to do. But I don't want to be a burden on them. Like when I retire, I want to be able to take care of me and Brittany, and then so that they don't have to. That I do hope to do. And it would be, and I want to give my kids the best things. Like they've been watching cars go by, and they're like, I like that color, because they like cars that color. And honestly, I think it'd be great to spend a couple $1,000s maybe on each of them. Nothing elaborate, but kind of like what my parents did. We bought maybe like a $2,000 car, and they can both have a car in high school. So there are things like that I would love to be able to do for them. And the idea of just like not feeling poor because you're free, like that is really what I'm after. Because if I didn't have a house payment, oh my gosh, like I could do so much with that. Help so many people. Like, we can save up for a mission for me and Brittany to go on. I've always liked the idea of becoming a mission president one day. But mission presidents have to pay for 80% of their expenses.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought somebody told me that they didn't pay.
That's what my mission president told us. We asked him, and he said he pays 80% of his expenses. And so it's like, I don't know if that changed. Maybe it did. Because that's kind of hard. It's like you kind of honestly, if you make people have to pay for it, you kind of lessen the pool of people that can do it. Because you might have someone that's like, would be a really excellent mission president, but just isn't rich.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you probably want that guy anyways, because he's like, whatever it is, humble, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, so maybe that changed. All I know is that was what he told us.
Huh.
And maybe that was just because he could do that. Maybe that's all it was.
I don't know.
Maybe he was saying, I can't afford this much, so I pay this much.
It would make sense. But it also is kind of tough because a lot of mission presidents are wealthy. And that just kind of...
Yeah, like we all have noticed that, right?
It kind of skews things sometimes.
Right, so we don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just like, there's so many things. Because like, me and you... The reason why in my opinion, so me and Cam, the reason why we fit, I think, together, is because me and him seem to want the same thing, which is, the way I describe it, is to be a Christian, like a follower of Christ in every way, sense of the word. Like that's the most important thing, like, to me. And it seems like that's the most important thing to you. And whatever that looks like, that's what I want to do. So like that's a part of like following Christ's will. So it's like, if he wants me to be a mission president, then I want to do that. If he wants me to, be a seminary teacher, that's what I want. If he want on and on and on, millions of different things that you could do with your life. And so it's like, I'm just trying to find his will. And what I'm not trying to say is that he's going to tell me what to be. I'm saying that what he's going to do is help me become what I want him to help me become, that which is best for the kingdom of God. That's what I want. And I don't care what that is. If that's being, a mission president, cool.
Why is a Belmont planning to
if that's being primary or you know, the best nursery leader. Cool.
Yeah.
So Richter is being controlled, and he wants Dracula to come back so that he can just face him over and over and over again. That's like the point. So he just wants glory. But that obviously doesn't really sit with the ideals of the Belmonts, so it doesn't make sense. But as you notice, what do you notice that's new, Cam? Do you see something new? The glowing green orb. I put on the glasses, and there's a glowing green orb up there.
Now you gotta attack that.
Yes. So now I gotta attack the orb. And there was someone in the orb. Shaft!
Ooh.
Shaft was in the orb.
Shaft?
Yeah.
Shaft.
What? So Shaft, this dark priest, is trying to... Because every 100 years is when Dracula is supposed to resurrect. It's like a thing. Every 100 years.
Yeah.
Shaft obviously wants that sooner because Richter beat him. And then, but he wants it to happen sooner because obviously Shaft isn't going to live, like just in his own glory. Like he wants the Dark Order to come back sooner. So now, oh my gosh, it doesn't even show it. I literally pushed nothing.
No.
Okay, so
You
what
saved
happens?
Alucard. Thank you so much.
So we've saved Richter from this.
The Alucard? You can't be.
And so
300 years ago.
Richter's thinking like, how could you be Alucard? Alucard fought with Trevor Belmont. That was 300 years ago.
Yes, I think so.
Alucard obviously is half Dracula,
Take
so
Richter and
he
leave here.
is immortal as well.
Finish this.
And so Maria's going to take Richter and get him out of here. So what happened was, and I don't know if they show it again. I don't know why it cut out. This must just like kind of what I'm talking about. They might just not have, when they ported it, when you port it to a new system, it's not always so easy. So guess what? The castle's inverted. So there's two castles. So now I start from the beginning to build the inverted castle. So this is how you really beat the game. So now the castle is flipped upside down. And now I start the journey again. As you can
why?
see. Because it's fun. For fun. Because I don't want the game to end.
Is that like Zelda 2 in the original?
I'm not sure. I haven't ever played the Adventures of Link.
Not the second Zelda, not the Adventures of Link, but when you beat the first one in Zelda, then it does another map, and all the castles are in different places.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I don't know.
I was not a NES gamer. My first system was Super Nintendo.
I see.
So I was not. But yeah, so now the castle is inverted. So now I'm gonna redraw the whole castle again. Hooray! Yes.
Just in case you wanted more.
I do. I do want more. I don't want this to be over. I love this adventure. See, like stuff like that. Like this should not be pausing. This is a PS1 game. It is really annoying to me that is what is happening. But anyways.
It's really trippy being upside down.
Oh, for sure. I love the background, the parallax scrolling. That's wonderful. But yeah, so everything... So yeah. We're gonna go... And the enemy... So all the enemies are tougher. What you're trying to do is get all of the pieces of Dracula now.
Library card.
Yes. And you can go back in between the castles, because I think...
Can you check out books?
No.
Oh, that's really
But yeah, so now those are like that.
It looks all distorted, like it's lopsided or something.
It does. I know. But so the thing is too, is that there should be items that will help me finish the map in the first one, because I have armor that gets better as the map is cleared, more and more of the map. So that's kind of fun, because then it like means there's a reason for you to actually clear the map, which I think is a fun idea. So yeah. So we have a whole nother adventure in the same guise as what we just did. Oh, hello. Good thing I saved. Bat. Darkwing Bat. Oh, it could have been Darkwing Duck and it would have been perfect. Why didn't they do that? Well, Disney was. Let's be honest. So this is the first boss that I'm fighting in this new map. Oh man. And I'm not really sure like how strong I am in comparison to the enemies. Like I'm only taking like 1 hit of damage. So I obviously feel OP compared, and like the sword is doing a ton of damage. So I don't know. This bat is probably short for this road, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I wish I had a different weapon than the staff, because having a staff just is kind of not. I don't like the idea that I'm fighting with a staff. I would like to fight with something else. Well, not a staff, because what is it called a staff? I think it's called a rod. I don't really care for that. Attain Ring of Vlad, so that's one of the, like, items that I need to get. Awesome. Awesome possum. So, yeah.
I wonder who's the first person to say that.
I don't know. Someone as big a dork as me, I guess. So what interesting things has happened to you since the last time we saw each other?
I drove
Okay,
multiple. I drove from Florida to Utah.
Gross.
He flew me out. I left basically Friday morning, and I arrived Friday morning in Florida. And then, amazingly, packed up a lifetime's worth of stuff. All within like 6 or so hours.
Good.
Had a blowout on the car hauler 100 miles out.
Ugh.
Yeah, which freaked me out the rest of the trip, thinking that any one of those tires would get a blow any moment. So that
sucks.
was really fun, and we got a later start than I wanted to. So on Friday, we only made it to the Georgia-Florida line.
Oh man.
And so
that puts a damper on things.
we made it all the way to just outside of Kansas City on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Sunday into Monday night. So basically from there up till 1:30 Monday morning got us back to Kern. So
Is that where she is now, is Kearns?
she's at the house right now, yeah.
Is that where she's going to be? Because isn't she...
No, we found her a spot right behind Pressman, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There's a mobile
That's
trailer village right behind Pressman. So
Good.
it's pretty cool. So I'll be buying more cars in the future.
Of
Or
course you will.
taking advantage of
Oh, that is not good.
lots of
Oh, where's the save point? I need a save point.
test driving cars and free hot chocolates and sodas and massage chairs.
So now the real important question. When am I getting my game?
I don't. We'll have to see where it was. I don't know if because we packed a lot of stuff and it wasn't really looked through, so I don't know where it's at. If it's there, so.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So hopefully it's somewhere in there, but if not, then I don't know.
Poo on you guys. Pox on your house. Alright, I'm just gonna try and fly up out of here. Oh, good. Oh, good. You guys are just as annoying as the other ladies.
Oh.
No. No. I gotta save it.
I'll be back.
Alright. Oh, goodness. So great to see you, guys. How is everyone doing? Is everyone doing good? Restores about half HP. Let's use that. No, that. Okay. Okay. 100. Hooray! Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, is anyone else having that kind of life? A life in which things just sometimes feel bad, but you really don't have a ton to complain about because you really do have a pretty good life. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't have a bad life. I have a pretty good life. It just can be so frustrating, though, to not know what to do or why to do it. Oh my gosh. That's right. How about you let me out of there? Is that a good plan? Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me out. Let me out. I want out of this room. Oh my gosh. Let me out of this room. Let me out of this room. Just want to leave. I hate this place. Oh my gosh. Medusa, get away from me. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure I know where any of the save points are, so.
I left, and all you could say is get me out of this room.
Sure. Ah!
So yeah, that was last. I can't believe that was just last Monday.
Yeah.
It's all been a week. Wow. A lot of stuff happens because then Friday my niece graduated from BYU.
Fun.
And my sister was in town, so
Good.
Friday night
All
drove
good
down
things.
to Ephraim, and the traffic was so bad it took an extra hour. So,
And I know how that makes you feel.
So yeah, there's more time.
Cam hates everything about everything.
I do. I don't know why I live
I
in a,
do.
I don't know why I
It's true.
live in a city. It's really way too many people, and it just feels like it's gotten busier, and I don't know. Oh well, that's life. And where do you go with it?
Well, and honestly, life is going to change really fast in that way anyways. We don't even replace the amount of people that exist. And so because we don't do that,
How is that possible? Because there's more and more people. Are they just moving in from different places then?
no, it's just what's happening is people aren't dying. So like when they die, like we're below replacement. So if you think of it like it's not even really like a difficult like equation, honestly. It's like, okay, you have two people and those two people have a baby. Well, when those two people have that baby, if it's only a baby and then they both die, the population is half. So then you just keep doing that, right? So let's say there's two sets of parents. They have one kid each. So now there were four. Well, now at the moment there's six. And then those four people die. Well, now there's only two people left. And then if you kept doing that, they would only have one kid. And then the human population would die. So, like, would it take a long time? Of course it would. Of course.
Well,
and are there people that are having more than two kids? Because replacement is two kids. Like, you're replacing who you... Like, you two die, and you replace it with two kids. Are there obviously people... Like, Brittany's aunts. She has two aunts that both have 9 each. So it's like... Obviously, people like it, but if you're looking at the rates, and you're looking at the total births that are happening, we are in a decline. And like China's in a decline, everyone's in a decline. And the thing is like the problem with that is that when we reach the point where a lot of people are retired, and there's not, especially because we use the Social Security system, which was the way that it was made. It was one thing to the government to force you to save for retirement, which is not necessarily a terrible idea, except for that the government's making you do something that I hate. But because of the way they do it, it's like a slush fund and not an actual, it's not tied to you. It's like if it were tied to you and no one could touch it, then that would be different, but it's not.
This is a promissory note that becomes
Right.
an identification number
Right.
to track you and
And
screw
so now, all true. And so now what's going to happen is like when we retire, there's not going to be people putting in. There's not going to.
Well, I mean, I read.
There's not going to be people putting into it. So.
Well, it's unfunded liability right now.
Yeah.
And so
right.
they've already had to create these bills that actually fund it at the moment.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't.
So that's just going to get worse and worse.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. Anyway.
So yeah, it's like. So
Well-
so that's the problem why you need people to replace the people that already exist. That's the reason behind it.
Well, this goes along with apparently like 50% of the people that are into AI and everything like that believe that there's a 10% chance that AI will cause human extinction.
I'm not one of those people
Spiritually, I'm not worried about
because
that.
AI
But-
still has to follow rules,
No,
and it's like it does.
it's learning on its own right now.
But it still has to follow rules built by its programming. So like it can write code, yes.
it learned its own language and
No,
falsified its data,
That's fine.
and it learned
Right.
research level chemistry that it
Right.
wasn't taught.
No, but it still has to follow the rules of its programming. Those are all still rules of its programming. So like you're gonna have to make the case that somehow the artificial intelligence is gonna write. So like let's take Terminator, right? You're gonna have to make the case that the AI is going to make code that says that it's okay to kill people. Like that's where it's like that's the leap of faith that I think is a little too far. I don't see the AI becoming, because again, it's not sentience. It's mocked sentience, but it's still not sentient. Like it's still not. So it's like I understand the worry, and like we've seen all the movies, and I'm not saying that I know that it can't happen. I'm really skeptical of it happening.
I think regardless if it does or not, it's not a great thing.
No, yeah, that we can get on board with together, because it's like, what does it represent? What is it actually doing? What does it mean? Because the reason I don't like it is because bad people are going to use it to do bad things.
And they already are. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've heard about the ransom stuff, where it is apparently it only needs 3 seconds of a person's voice, and they're able to falsify it. So there's this lady
Okay.
that called in, and she said that her daughter was out of town with her dad. They're married. I think they were married and everything, and she was supposed to be at a sporting event. And she gets this call, and it's her daughter. And she says, "Mom, please help me. These men have me." And she's like, "What? What's going on?" And then it started to cry, and it sounded just like her daughter.
Right.
And yeah, they were talking
Terrifying.
about. Yeah, they're following up,
Terrifying.
and that is a new thing that
Yes.
people are doing. They're ransoming and the AI software, and they said audio is harder than visual, and they can already kind of like, manipulate the stuff that we see. So they said by the end of the year we will be able to believe what we see. And China already has this app where it will allow you to video yourself, and you can put Biden or Trump on it, and you won't really necessarily be able to tell.